Hello. 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 It's the Honest Fago here, yet again. And my name's Emily Payne, and I am the Honest Fago. Now, I have been a sex worker for a long time. And far too long. And today's video is about sexually transmitted diseases. So if you're having your tea, put that to one side. If you're drinking some milk, put that to one side. Now, it's a concern of the job, obviously. If you're interested in these videos and you're liking them and enjoying them, and you like my selection of tops that I wear and nail varnish, then why don't you subscribe and share and all that jazz? And all that jazz. And all that jazz. Now, I've done my hair straight today, had the old straighteners on it, because it's starting to grow again. So obviously it grows, hair grows. God, does hair grow. I'm like Chewbacca if I'm not careful. It's getting a bit of length on it. Anyway, not the point. The point is STIs. Have you got one? No, I haven't. I just got tested. Well, I got tested a couple of weeks ago. I could have one by now, I dare say, because I got tested a couple of weeks ago. Now, I get tested every couple of months. And I always have for 18 years since I started in the business. Obviously, that's for my benefit. It's mainly for my benefit, the client's benefit, just to minimize any risk. But you can't eliminate risk in sex work. And you just can't. It's the same as casual sex. If you're going to fling yourself around having casual sex and one night stands and things, you can't eliminate risk. Let's face it, most people ain't using condoms for everything they do when they're out on the pull and they've had a skinful, etc. Do you know what I mean? This is the real world. So in sex work, it's standard to use condoms for vaginal and anal sex, and it's very commonly accepted that you don't use condoms for blowjobs, which I've always accepted that, and I haven't accepted it. I've not really questioned it much for 18 years. I can't believe it, because I just think, who decided that then? Because anything you can catch between your legs, you can catch in your throat. So who does? Oh yeah, men will have decided that. But I was in two minds as to whether to stop offering oral without, AOWO, all these stupid acronyms and all that, oral without a condom. Because I just think, I don't want to do it without a condom. It's now to me. Men will all moan on that there's not the sensation and blah, blah, blah. Tough shit. Go and ask your wife for a blowjob then. Do you know what I mean? Or go and see if you can get one for free somewhere. Because you'd be hard pushed, most of you. Let's face facts here. So, but whatever, I've done it without a condom for donkey's years, you know what I mean? But hence why I've had 2 STIs in the whole time, which I think is fairly good going for the amount of cock I've had down my throat. 2 STIs in my throat. Nothing genital, just 2 in my throat. I had chlamydia and gonorrhea in my throat years ago. It's years and years since I've had anything. And that is what I say is the hazard of the job. It's just something you have to take on the chin, like ball bags, on a regular basis. Take it on the chin. It's just a risk of the job. But this is what I'm saying. Recently I've been thinking, that's a stupid rule. Some man came up with that. It's not for the sex workers' benefit. You know what I mean? It's stupid. I should stop offering it all without. But they just, will it affect the amount of work I get? Will they moan on? At the end of the day, men are really easily pleased. If you're going to suck their knob, they're going to let you do it with a condom on. They're not going to storm out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hope to God this project, this Sex is Hard Work project, will work soon. Will something will happen. And I can stop selling me fanny. I don't believe in you, God, but please, God, even though I don't believe in you, God, please, God, and all that shite. So, anyway, I digress, as I quite often do. I go off on a tangent, don't I? Because I spend too much time on my own. And I say I'm going off on a tangent again. STIs, Emily, right? Stick to the subject. So, because I've just had a woman, potential female client contact us, banging on and on and on. Honestly, I've had 3 female clients, single female clients, contact us as a sex worker in the whole time I've been a sex worker. If it's a woman, it's always part of a couple, for a threesome. But she's just been on, and I've just told her in no uncertain terms. She's given us 20 questions here about my sexual health. She wanted to scissor me. Now, I'm a Geordie, so I would say scissors, but I didn't think anybody 10 miles outside of Newcastle would understand scissors. Scissor me. She wanted to be a scissor sister. So I said, right. I says, okay. But then she banged on and on and on about, have I had this done? Have I had this test? Would it be protected? So I said, yes, use a dental dam. We can use a dental dam, my darling. Have you had this test, that test? Do you get regular cervical smears? I thought, what the frig? Do you want us to give you me doctor's phone number? I just thought, you know what, pet? I'll only go so far with this. And as I said to her, you're booking a prostitute. Right? There's certain risks go along with that. And that you as the client have to take it on the chin this time. Right? It's not me taking the ball bag on the chin. It's you. Well, she didn't want a ball bag on her chin. It's the last thing she wanted. She was lesbianic. Lesbianic or not, she was asking too many questions. And I just wasn't in the mood. And I just said to her, look, you have to take this on the chin. You're booking a sex worker here. There's risk baked in. I says, if you want no risk sex, go and find yourself a virgin. Good luck with that. A healthy dollop of good luck with that, my friend. Go and scissor sister a virgin of a Tuesday afternoon. Please, thank you. Right? So there's that. But the other day, I had a client who, and they do this. This is a regular thing. It is common as muck. Trying to rub that cock on your fanny. He was on top of us. He went, do you mind? And he was about to do it. Do you mind if I just rub me? Just, I says, and I picked his cock up. And I scrunched it and I gave it back to him. Yeah, I did a bit of a cock scrunch. He deserved it. And I said, are you for real? I says, do you understand anything about STIs? Yeah. Aye. I says, well, you don't, just by what you've just done. So I've got him off us. I've got out of that position. Got a condom on him. Aye. I understand STIs. Aye. In what do you understand about them? Absolutely bog all. F all. Right? You've got to keep an eye on them, man. You've got to watch them like banes. A lot of them. I've told you this before in another video. You've got to wrangle them like banes. It's exhausting. So they do that's common. Can I just rub it? And they talk to you like you're stupid. You see, I've said to a lot of them, I'm an expert on STIs. I'm a sex worker. Do you not think I might know a thing or two about STIs that I might not include myself in? But they talk to you like a lot of men like to think women are a bit stupid. I don't say all men, never say all men. I've spent 51 years as a woman. I know what I'm talking about. Talk to you like you're a bit stupid. Like you're a bit clueless. And they can persuade you. They can tell you what's right. You ain't telling me what's right, mate. I've been doing this for a long time. And get your cock away from me. Right? That's just my motto in general. That's my motto in general. It's not a very good motto for a sex worker because you don't make much money. So that was that. But they're always trying to rub that, can I just rub me cock on your fanny? Or whatever they call your fanny. Whatever word they have for fanny. I use fanny. It makes it sound about 10, yes. But I don't know any of that. I can't stand pussy. Unlike that lesbian. I don't like pussy, creeps us out. But sometimes when you're talking dirty, if the clients want you to talk dirty and stuff, I do say the word pussy because fanny sounds stupid. I laugh if I say the word fanny when I'm with a client because it makes you sound stupid. Now, but I mean, you're not going to say vulva. Vulva this and vulva that. No. Viva la vulva. That's what that lesbian says. Anyway, that's not the point. I also had a client text us today who I'd seen a couple of times, honestly, 5-6 years ago, years ago. And he makes a booking for the night. And this really annoys me. They make the booking, we'll go through the whole rigmarole of sorting times and how long they want and da-di-da-da. Then they start asking their questions about, do you do this? And do you offer this service and that service? A, it's on my profile. Read it. It's not there for no apparent reason. B, couldn't you have asked these questions before you bothered us? Let's leave it at that. Couldn't you have asked these questions before you bothered me, got me to bother with the botheration of putting your booking in my diary and possibly turning somebody else down for that slot? Then you ask your questions, and half the stuff I don't do, you don't hear from them again. They don't even bother to say, oh, well, I'll have to cancel. Then you just don't hear from them again because they're ignorant twats, a lot of them. And this one was said, right, so we booked. Then, oh, as you know me, Gina, could we have unprotected sex? As you know me. What, I spent like a couple of hours with you 6 years ago. Oh, God, yeah, I'll be leaving you stuff in me will, most definitely. We're bosom buddies, we're like that. As you know me, can we have unprotected sex? And we can talk about the price. Talk about the price. You can shove the price up your arse. This really annoys me. Really boils my piss. And this is why it boils my piss about the whole all without condom debacle. Because it's exactly the same thing, really, isn't it? Other than you're not going to get pregnant down your throat. Or so I've heard. I've never had a baby, so I don't really know how it all works, you know. Now, so I cancelled the booking. I thought it's just disrespectful bullshit. I've cancelled you. You'll be effing and blinding at me, no doubt. Do I care? It's irritating. As you know me. And I've got clean this right. This, my friend, will irritate you. I was going to say put cheese on your chips. Why would it put cheese on your chips? I've got loads of clean certificates. You know, the all clear that you get from the STI clinic. You used to get on a bit of paper, now you get a text or an email or whatever saying your tests are negative or you've got the clap or whatever. I've got those going back years. I thought, why would I need going back years? I only need to see, isn't it more sensible to just see the last one? And even then, it's meaningless. Your certificate, getting the all clear. If you've had sex, it's backdated 2 weeks, your test results. So if you've had sex any time in those 2 weeks, that test result is a waste of time anyway, really. Other than to you, that if you know you haven't had any risky sex in that time. But to me, it's entirely meaningless. And as for knowing you, I haven't got a clue who you are, mate. I sucked your cock a few times. Donkeys years ago. That's not knowing somebody. This is what I mean. This is what you're getting bombarded with every day in this job. Bullshit. Meaningless. Gobbledygook. Bullshit. Woolly thinking. Woolly-minded thinking. I can't say... The amount of people out there that must be walking around totally confused and woolly-minded, like they've got cotton wool for brains, makes me sick. No wonder this world's in the state that it is. It's full of people with brains like cotton wool. Texting me. Bothering me. So this whole STI thing, it's an absolute pain in the arse. I say, if you're going to book a sex worker, you take the risk. Right? You take the risk on your chin. You can't expect the sex worker to give you a whole medical history and all the rest of it. I get tested every couple of months, and that's to nip stuff in the bud, to minimise any risk. Right? But the minute I have sex, that clean certificate or whatever it is out the window. Like I say, it was before, because it's backdated. It's meaningless. It's the most I can do to minimise any disease spreading, right? And at the end of the day, like I say, if you're choosing to see a sex worker, then you are choosing to take that risk. My friend, it's your responsibility, not mine. Okay? Goodbye.